Hey folks, welcome to the Daily Grind here on Latte Firm. It is Tuesday the 30th of September and the Champions League is back and we are at home to Olympiacos tomorrow at the Emirates Stadium to take on our first home game of this new Champions League campaign. Welcome one and all. Hope you've had a fantastic day. I am still living off the hype from Sunday's victory at St. James's Park. How sweet was that? Tonight, we're going to cover the game tomorrow. I don't know much about Olympiacos, but I'll try and reveal as much as I do. Really looking forward to the game. Great to be back at the carpet, under the lights, and to see this new assembled squad in action against Europe's finest. Welcome to the show. If you are tuning in for the first time, please, of course, do subscribe to the channel if you enjoy the content. Get involved in the chat. That is where we will go straight away. Louis, Allison, and Ekitike injured. We have to capitalize on this. Look, we don't wish anyone any injuries, but they have had 2 injuries to 2 key players. It'll be interesting to see how long they are going to be out for. It's going to be a massive disadvantage to them, and we've got to take advantage of it. Dave is in the house this evening. Gooners, could Liverpool's luck finally be running out? Can't wait for the slot mental breakdown if it is. Could have Ten Hag levels of delusion. I see Arnie Slot on the touchline flirting and laughing with the 4th official almost every game, and he's always smiling and laughing even though they're trailing. I just can't see Mikel Arteta ever doing that. And now with injuries and Ibu Kanate learning Spanish on Duolingo and spending £500 million in the summer and 2 back-to-back defeats, I wonder if this could be the start of something quite amusing. Logical Nonsense says, Hala Gala, exactly, Galatasaray, absolutely phenomenal tonight. Lucas Torreira, of course, former gunner in that lineup. The noise in the stadium at Galatasaray is immense, says Amy. Welcome to the show. Hope you've had a fantastic day. Amy Asheen, welcome. Says, whoop, whoop, celebrating, obviously, the Galatasaray victory as well. V Vlad, good evening. Nearly another perfect hate watch. What a few days it's been. I know, the weekend, I still can't quite believe that happened. Brentford beating United, Chelsea being pumped at home to Brighton, and then, of course, Crystal Palace, Eddie Nketiah in the last gasp minute of injury time. And then Gabby Magalhaes, big Gabby, giving us the 3 points at St. James's Park. It's been a fantastic couple of days of work. I know you've all been bouncing into work, school, uni, whatever it is that you choose to do. Paul James, welcome. Evening all. Another hate watch this evening. Lovely seeing the scum struggle against the minnows and Lex Luthor and his Liverpool team lose again. Lex Luthor. Oh, I love that. It's good to have you in the chat, man. Amy, Slot's heads are sweating. Arnie Slot's got an impeccable skin routine regime. Someone's got to get me onto that. It's insane how he just glows. But he is, of course, sweating tonight. Bad performance, bad result for Liverpool. Karen, welcome to the show. Hello. Hope everyone is well. Feel bad for Bodo Glimt. They deserve to win against the Spurs. That's right. They were 2-0 up. And then late in the game, an own goal giving Spurs the leveller out in Bodo. Look, keep the chat active. Really appreciate you making the time to join on this Tuesday night. Really excited about the game tomorrow. How are you guys feeling? We're at home, under the lights. Victor Gyökeres's first Champions League game in Arsenal colours. And Eza, could he make his debut? We're going to talk about the team news. We're going to talk about the fixtures. We're going to give you a little bit of an overview as to Olympiacos and what they're up to in their domestic league. Ragamuffin, welcome to the show. Evening all. Liverpool lost again. Viggs, lucky pool. Is there luck ending? Oh, there's so much good vibes about Liverpool. Don't you love to see it? So much good vibes about Liverpool stumbling. AFC 777, good evening, FK and chat. Welcome to the show, my man. DJ Ash, love Liverpool back-to-back, plus some injuries. Have the tables turned? Let's not get too carried away. We shall have to see what happens. Pazza the Cat is just confirming Ekitike is out for a few weeks. There's a Pazza the Cat bomber right there. I hope you've had a good week, Pazza. I know you're in good spirits after the game against Liverpool. So, listen, the Champions League is back, but before we tuck into the Champions League, let's just talk about this news. All of you, I'm sure, have seen this today. Signed, sealed, and committed. William Saliba has finally signed his new contract at Arsenal, tying him in until 2030. Absolutely fabulous. So pleased to see the young defender commit his future. His best years are ahead of him at our magnificent football club. And look at that embrace from Mikel. And actually, if you watch the video, he actually strokes his head, gives him a little patting bit of love there as if he was his son. What can you say about William Saliba? Absolutely generational. I still, retain to this day, I think he's probably the best young player I've ever seen. I know we've had a number of awesome young players at Arsenal over the years, but I think when you're a centre-back and you come into a team that is in transition and you propel them to title challenges sustained year after year, this kid is the real deal. And I think this is a huge moment for the football club. He is a tremendous player, and he is one of the best defenders in the game. And to commit him now to the next 5 years, phenomenal work from Arsenal Football Club, phenomenal work from Andrea Berta, who has had a tremendous summer. And it means also a lot for Mikel Arteta. There's a lot of noise about the gaffer, a lot of noise about the lack of success and how Arsenal aren't quite the real deal. But all these players believe in him. They believe in the project. They trust the process. And I'm super, super pleased to see William Saliba sign and commit his future to the club. Vivlad says, Willow, I love it. And that picture, I know, courtesy of Arsenal.com. The picture on the right, though, I mean, look, Gabriel Magalhaes is hoisting him up. And you got to say, Gabby Magalhaes as well, to sign him down for his best years. And after the weekend they've just had, I love it. We are so, so blessed, and we've waited for this. And do you know what? We've got further depth waiting in the wings. We've got young Christian Mosquera. We've got Piero Hincapié, Ricky Calafiori. All of these guys can play in their centre-back positions, and I'm super excited about what Arteta has built and the Ministry of Defence that he's been putting together and cobbling together. We are set for the future. The last thing I'll say on Saliba, there aren't too many players in the game who celebrate like fans and supporters. You guys know what I mean. When you're watching games, you lose yourself in the stadium, or you might be at home, or you might be with friends and family, or out and about. And every time the goal is scored, you kind of lose yourself for those sort of 30 seconds. And I reckon it'd be very, very amusing to see a compilation of Saliba celebrations. I think the guy goes absolutely bananas, and I think he just releases himself in that moment. Going over to the corner flag, sticking his tongue out, kicking players, kicking corner flags, jumping up in the air, star jumps, the lot. The guy gets it. He lives and breathes Arsenal. He was an Arsenal fan as a child, and now he's here loving life in London and loving life playing as an Arsenal player. And it's so, so good to see. Really, really pleased. Manny K says Don Berta made him an offer he couldn't refuse. Look at the love between Arteta and Saliba, says Amy. You're absolutely right. And Nathan saying, Berta, you rock my world. How he has changed our lives, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely tremendous. Chrome, welcome to the show. Not seen you for a while in the chat. Says, bigger moment than most realize. And I'll tell you what, Bukayo Saka is next. If you listen to Hand of Arsenal, the GOAT, he has confirmed that Bukayo Saka talks are underway and that he will be the next one to be announced. Amazing. So, so happy. And yeah, you're right. No Duolingo on Saliba's phone. Trevor, welcome to the show. Says we got the best years of his football career. He's so, so special, says Sam. Wants to give us the best years of his career. Truly, truly incredible. Oh, here's a great way. Iron Defence. Absolutely. Iron Defence. Saliba, indeed. Saliba celebrations are absolutely legendary. He looks like he is a kid at Christmas time. And 433, don't remind me, Jurriën Timber needs to be signed up as well. He's got so many good years ahead of him. Is he now potentially the best right back in the game? Maybe a little bit better end product in the final third, and I think he certainly would put himself up there. The beauty of the pencil. Greetings, Latte Firm. Good to be on the chat. Greetings to the chat. Thank you. Welcome to the show. Chrome says, normally don't chat too much, but I watch when I can. Much love. Thank you, man. I hope you're well. I hope you're thriving in life, and I'm grateful for you tuning in on nights like this. Jay says, feels great when two Liverpool hate watches are successful. They are on their way to falling apart. Yeah, just to confirm, tonight's results in the Champions League, Atalanta have beaten Club Brugge at home by 2-1. Real Madrid have gone away to Kairat and pumped them 5-0. Atletico Madrid, 5-1 winners over Frankfurt at home. Bodo Glimt and Spurs drawing 2 apiece after Bodo Glimt were 2-0 up. Chelsea 1-0 to them against Benfica. Jose Mourinho back at his old stomping ground. Galatasaray, of course, courtesy of the penalty awarded by Leo Trossard. Sorry, whoever that referee is, but you know what I mean. Victor Osimhen from the spot. And like I said, Alisson, Ekitike limping off. Van Dijk looks finished. Kanate's learning French. And Arne Slot has lost it on the touchline. Love to see it. Inter Milan 3-0 winners against Slavia Prague. Marseille winning 4-0 over Ajax, and Bayern Munich 5-1 winners away to Paphos. And that now means that Arsenal are in action tomorrow in the second day of game week 2 in the Champions League. So let's move through the slides. Let's talk about it just being an occasion that we are so, so excited. We know that this is where we deserve to be, the top table of European football. It's what we've been waiting for the longest time. And tomorrow's opposition is, of course, Olympiacos, as we take on the Greek champions in our second league phase clash, first game at the Emirates Stadium of this season. Really pleased, really excited. This new look squad with the 8 new signings that we've got. I'm really looking forward to seeing the likes of Eberechi Eze and Victor Gyökeres, of course, up front. I'm looking forward to seeing Zubimendi strike his stuff in the middle of the park. Really, really excited about tomorrow's game. Can't wait to get back to the stadium. I don't know if any of you have been trying to buy tickets on the ticket exchange. I was at work today. I heard that apparently there were some sort of transfer issues. I've been trying to transfer tickets myself to a couple of Patreon members tonight. Unfortunately, the transfer system seems to be down. Let me know what you guys think, or if you've experienced any of that. Logical Nonsense says Trossard's older brother, Clement Turpin. The Trossard lookalike, that's the one. Have they ever been on a pitch together? I'm sure he's refereed. Yeah, I'm sure I've seen pictures of both Clement and Leandro. Sam says, I always love seeing the Trossard ref. Indeed. Pazza says the first time Slot has lost 2 games in a row with Liverpool. Indeed. And AAA, all about Arsenal, says, hi, FK. The Liverpool hate watch taking centre stage. I love it. Asheen just coming back to me on Jurrien Timber. His hustle is insane. The way he looks around the player and just leaves with the ball. Have you seen the video going around of Timber, sort of dribbling his way out of 2 Newcastle players? Tremendous stuff. But I do mean sincerely. I think Timber is already up there, maybe top 3, top 5 right backs in world football. I think if there was an area of improvement, it's just a little bit more composure and a little bit more courage to make that cross and to make that final ball in the final third. I think he could be really, really fabulous going forward. KSSMYW has just come back to me on Saliba. Did you hear what Willie said, FK? He said he's done nothing for us, so he can't leave. Think about all the amazing moments and performances, and yet he won't rest until he lifts a trophy. This is what I mean by he just gets it, my man. I think deep down, he's just a huge Arsenal fan, and that counts for a lot. Even if you wasn't, even if you're not born in this country, if you've got an affiliation and a connection to a club that you've watched your whole life, the dream is to play for that club. And like I say, in celebrations, he's one of very few players on the pitch who just loses complete control. And in that 30 seconds, 60 seconds, complete euphoria, you can see it on his face. The tongue is out, the eyes are big, the smile is big, and his arms are in the air. Honestly, he gets it and he loves it. Saul Martinez out here in sunny Palm Beach, Florida, and enjoying the Liverpool loss today. Cheers. As if I had anything to do with that, of course. Really appreciate all the chat. Thank you so much. Allison is injured. I wonder what the news is there. Paul James is getting his starting lineup early. Kepa, White, and MLS to start. Saka and Odegaard need minutes. We'll come on to team selection shortly. Let's have a focus on Olympiacos. Now, listen, I got to be honest, I don't know much about them, but I have to say that they are obviously doing well out in Athens, and they are the current champions, the double winning champions. Out there in Greece. So it was, I think, their 100th year of existence this summer, their 19th double in history that they won last season, and this season so far, as you can see of the table courtesy of Sky Sports, they are top of the league domestically, where they've played 5 games, won 4, drawn 1. They are unbeaten domestically, 13 points on the board and a reasonably healthy goal difference. This is where they feel they belong, top of the league, and they've got a good squad. What more can I say? We've had previous meetings with them. We've come out on top 2015-16. We beat them 3-0 away from home. Olivier Giroud scoring, if you guys remember that. We last met them that was the Champions League. We lost 3-2 in the home fixture, and then we won in the away fixture, didn't we, to kind of go through? I think it was Olivier Giroud's hat-trick. That was the game, 3-0. So there's some previous. We played them in the Europa League as well. Some of you guys will remember that was quite painful, but that is where we go. They are champions. They are at home. The atmosphere is going to be absolutely feisty, and I think they're going to be up for it. It's going to be a massive, massive game, a bit reminiscent to Galatasaray tonight. They raised it. The atmosphere is going to be hot, and they fancy their chances against Arsenal. Their manager, Mendilibar, took charge of Olympiacos only a year and a half ago. He obviously he was born in Basque, actually, hometown of Mikel Arteta, in San Sebastian. So they've got a little bit of in common, but he's a much older guy. But look, that's pretty much all I know, and that's pretty much all you're going to get in terms of value for my knowledge of Olympiacos. Maybe you guys can enlighten me in the chat what you're expecting from this team. AAA says, FK, thoughts on rotation? I think we are going to see some rotation. I think maybe not Norgard, but certainly Miles Lewis-Skelly. Not convinced about Ben White, although we do need Jurrien Timber's load to be assessed. Ohior's Lord. I don't know if Hiori's Lord. I don't know if I've completely ruined your name. Sorry, man. Slot has just said that Alisson is definitely out for the Chelsea game on Saturday. Yeah, Liverpool away to Chelsea this weekend. Chelsea have got injury problems of their own, of course. So we shall see. Triple H has come back and said Olympiacos are cooking in the Greek league. I've just told you that the atmosphere is going to be amazing out in Greece, and the game's at fucking Emirates. What am I on? Do you know, it's been a long day. It's been a long day. None of you even noticed. Vlad says that Europa League defeat against them was Mikel's first season. Yeah, do you remember that? Was that the Aubameyang one where he missed from like a yard by the near post and it was like right at the death? I can't remember. It was pretty bad. Pretty bad. Yeah, I know. Or what is it? What's going on here? 433 says, isn't it Ohio Rizlord? Is this some sort of weird? Am I just an old bloke showing my age here? Ohio Rizlord. Ohio Rizlord? What is that? I gotta Google this. What is it? Google says, oops, something went wrong. I have no idea what's going on. You lot are just laughing at me. Let's move on swiftly. Zizi says, Mikel says he knew the manager in his under 13 days. There you go. I know Ohio is in America, Dave. Come on. What the hell is a Rizlord? Rizlord? I don't know. Someone tell me. Nathan says the Emirates will be rocking. I can't wait. Cannot wait. And Ragamuffin says, after tonight's Turkish delight, we do not want a Greek tragedy. The name you couldn't pronounce is Ohio Rizlord. Bro, I'm so lost. I am so lost. It is the name you were trying. I know, but I don't. What's a Rizlord? This is killing me. I am an Ohio Rizlord, says Josh Miller. What is it? Leave the old man alone. Josh, welcome to the show. He says, evening, FK. Riz is slang for charisma. Okay, there you go. So you are the Ohio Charisma Lord. That doesn't sound quite as cool, does it? I've completely ruined it for you. Boomer vibes. Oh, I tell you what, do not pollute. It's obviously a good vibe to have in life. Do not pollute. It says, I'm a Colorado Rizlord. Do you think, am I a Latte Rizlord? Yeah, I think so. Enough of this. This is going to be clipped and shared, and I don't want to have any part of it, to be quite frank. Let's move on to the Arsenal lineup. This is the lineup that we had at St James's. How fun was that? Are we expecting changes? Yeah, I think so. Let's go through the team. But before we do that, Mikel Arteta's press conference today, which I caught some of the headlines before I came online. So I think he opened by saying that there were no surprises in the team news. Piero Hincapié, Noni Madueke is still unavailable. Hincapié, I just can't believe it. I mean, the luck of this boy, ever present for Bayer Leverkusen, comes to Arsenal and gets injured. Noni Madueke obviously out for another sort of 4 weeks, I think. Arteta then spoke about William Saliba's contract, said it was thoroughly deserved for the defender and that he's happy to keep the spine of the team with us. He's obviously been adding to that spine as well. Really good succession planning there from Arsenal Football Club, protecting our top players and trying to protect the future of the club by bringing in young talent. Arteta then spoke about other players extending their stay at the club. He said that there's a togetherness, there's a connectivity with the club. He feels that the players belong to the club. They feel attached and they share the same ambition. They feel valued, they feel loved, and that they want to continue their careers at this magnificent football club, which is obviously great. What else did he talk about? He talked about the expectations of the Champions League after sort of reaching the semi-finals last year. He said that we've got the same ambition. We want to go game by game and just try and be better than the opponent, which is obviously difficult in this sort of a competition. We want to win as many games as we can, and tomorrow is going to be a really difficult one. We know that it's going to be important to start well and play well at home, and we want to reach the next phase without having to play that sort of knockout round. He was also asked in his press conference about the noise coming from outside of the club about the pressure to win honours and pressure to win trophies. And he sort of responded by just saying, look, he wants to win major honours with this football club. He talked about, no one else really has to add that pressure. They put pressure on themselves. That's the expectation that they have. That's the ambition, and excuses have never really been part of his life. And I got to say, Mikel Arteta never, ever makes excuses about injuries. If he's asked a question, he'll give you a direct answer, but he never comes out in a match and says, oh, it's because we had 8 players missing, we didn't quite do it. There are other managers who do that, but he doesn't. And then I think he finished by talking about the special character that Eberechi Eze has and the different quality that he brings to the number 10 role compared to Martin Odegaard. And I'd like to see both of them play in certain game states this season. It was lovely to see them both play together at St. James's, and I don't think defenders are going to be ready or opposition teams are going to be ready. I love the fact that we've got real depth in that position now. We've got Ethan Wanyeri waiting in the wings, and we've got young Max Dowman who can also create things. I love it. Honestly, I'm so happy that we've got Eze and Odegaard, and there will be games, there'll be game states where they'll both be on the pitch trying to cause havoc. I love it. And I think someone mentioned it on the match reaction video after Sunday. Isn't it a joy to see Martin Odegaard come on in that 19, 20 minutes against Newcastle and feel or play like he's not got the weight of expectation and pressure on his shoulders? Like, he was playing a little bit freer. He was playing as if, like, do you know what? If I can create something, fantastic. But if I can't, then you've got Eze and you've got other players in the team that can. Ezegaard, that was it from memory. So that was a press conference. If we go through the team, in fact, let's go through some of the chat because I've been yapping on for ages. People are still laughing, man, about, what was it again? Ohio Rizlord. We are all Ohio Rizlord, says Jay. Unks has still got it. I'm here. I am here. I am here. Ohio also means cringe, by the way. Yeah, so that's not me then. Richard says FK is just a chill guy. All right, let's move away from that. What did they do to Nkapia in training? That is the question. I have no idea, man, but it's really bad luck for the boy. Hopefully he'll be back soon. Just keep this team fit, Mikel. That's all I ask. What else we got? Mike says Saliba and Ben White to start. So let's go through the team. Look, we're fully expecting David Raya to start. Can I just say something? I was thinking about this on the way home. It really bothers me that David Raya touches the ball so often in so many of our games. And not that he does anything wrong. You know, he's actually really good on the ball, and it's obviously a deliberate ploy to try and give him some ball time so the opposition kind of come onto us and we can be a bit more direct to move the ball up the pitch quicker. But his passing accuracy has been fantastic the last sort of few games. And at some point, he will make a mistake like he did towards the back end of last season. And at some point, it is going to be a bit of a nervy moment. So I think, look, he's great on the ball, but I'm a little bit nervous that there is something just around the corner that is going to happen. But look, Raya in goal, no problem with that at all. Lots of shouts for Ben White. Lots of shouts for changes in midfield as well. But I think if Ben White is fit, I'd love to see him play tomorrow. I think it's the perfect caliber of opposition. Maybe even just give him a half or an hour just to kind of get some minutes in the legs, and then maybe bring on Timber to just keep him ticking along, or maybe Christian Mosquera to play out at right back. I expect Mosquera to fall to the bench. William Saliba, with his contract news, will probably start, assuming that he's fit, with Gabriel Magalhaes, our goal-scoring hero from Sunday, the warrior, king of Brazil, will be left centre-back. Ricky Calafiori, I think, probably deserves at least a few days off. So I'd like to see Miles Lewis-Skelly retain his position in that team, especially after his cameo appearance at Newcastle. I think the minutes in the legs, just keep him fresh and keep Ricky Calafiori fit for the weekend. Now into midfield, lots of shouts about Norgard. AAA says Norgard plays 196 games in 7 seasons for Brentford, comes to Arsenal and gets injured in the opening weeks. It's an Arsenal thing. Well, he is fit now, and hopefully he will be on the bench, or if not in the team tomorrow. Has anyone seen that little clip of Christian Norgard on the touchline when we scored that equaliser at St. James's Park? Please tell me you have. There's a video of it going around. I don't really know who's posted it, but if you watch it and you see the boys going off to celebrate, Marina goes off to the flag and Declan Rice starts running, and Norgard is just ushering them back to the centre circle as if to say, get back, let's go again, kick off and let's go and win this game. I love that mentality. And you can argue that that's one of the reasons why we sort of went out and bought the midfield maestro. Viggs, he's not a maestro, you know what I mean, says Arteta said that Eze has magic. Mate, how can you not? Ezegaard, there you go. James, welcome to the show. Hi, FK. Fab show as always, my friend. I really appreciate that, man. It's really nice that you guys have made the time to just tune in, especially after all the Champions League football. And I really appreciate the community, man. You guys, channel members, Patreon members, fantastic. Really, really great to see you here. Paul James says, I'd like Nwaneri to get some minutes, and a Dowman cameo would be great. Would Max Dowman still be one of the youngest players to play in the Champions League if that happened? Who knows? Who knows? Vig says Odegaard needs to play left-hand side. Well, that's why I've pictured the captain there. I think he's probably going to get some game time tomorrow. Be a nice game to ease him back into. Maybe, again, sort of 45 minutes, an hour. Give Eze some minutes, half an hour to go. Or maybe start them both. I don't know. So, look, midfield-wise at Newcastle, it was Eze, Zubimendi and Rice. I would expect Zubimendi to start. I would expect Declan Rice to start, and I would expect Ødegaard to start. For me, I would drop Trossard, and I would go either Eze or Martinelli, hopefully Eze, with Victor Gyökeres and, of course, Bukayo Saka out on the right-hand side. AAA, FK, love your point about Ødegaard coming off the bench and having some pressure off him. Yeah, look, 19 minutes, that cameo at St. James's was really promising. The through balls, the connectivity, the link-up play, the movement. He looks a little healthier in the right way. He looks like he's put on a bit of weight. The haircut's obviously looking good as well. Ian Wallace says, YouTube done me dirty. Didn't you say you was going live, going back 20 minutes? Good evening, all. I was going to go live at 10, and then I went live at 10:15 because there was horrendous amounts of injury time, and I was waiting for the league table to go up, but sadly not. Manny says, is Nketiah a groin injury? I don't know, to be honest. I don't know. I just want him to play. And Vig says, Raya helps us to play direct, though, through his distribution. No, mate, you're absolutely right. I'm not knocking that at all. I think I like the fact that he's varying it up this year, Viggs. He's going long, he's going short, he's clipping the ball left, he's clipping the ball right. Fantastic. But I do think that at some point he's going to get caught out or play a part. No player can maintain 100% pass completion for the entire season. Yeah, that's just fact. Vivla says, I hope he starts Ranieri, but no, Mikel, he's not going to rotate as much as we all think. He probably won't, but I think he should. Even though West Ham at the weekend, I know under Nuno Espirito Santo getting a good draw at Everton yesterday, I think they're going to be a tougher team than they were certainly 2 weeks ago. But I think we have enough in the squad to get over the line and get the 3 points. And I think tomorrow is the perfect opportunity to just keep it fresh, keep it ticking on. Maybe take Declan Rice out. He put in such an amazing performance against Newcastle. Take Declan Rice out, start Zubimendi with Norgard. Why not? Why not? But at the occasion, I think Mikel is going to want to get as many points in the bag as possible, avoid that knockout round. And I think this year, the higher you finish in the league phase means that you've got a greater chance of playing at home in the second leg, something that we didn't experience last year, despite finishing high up in the table. Mike says, I wonder if Gyökeres needs a rest after the effort that he put in at St. James's. I wouldn't be averse to it. I feel Gyökeres needs to just notch another goal, though, because it has been a couple of games without. I think he's a fitness freak, honestly. I think he's always been ever present, and I think he's in really good shape, and he's getting fitter and lean. I think the connectivity piece is quite important. I think we saw at Newcastle that the team were looking for him more often. They were finding him more often. His work rate was fantastic. Someone very kindly shared a compilation of his appearance, of his performance at St. James's. I thought it was really, really positive. I'd like to see him stay in the team, maybe get a goal and take him off after an hour. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Jay says, Dowman, being the Champions League's youngest player ever, would send the Arteta doesn't give chances to the youth back to their caves. Sorry, my bad. Read that all wrong. But you're right. I think the belief in Dowman this year has been phenomenal. Eddie says, I hope we see this for once this week. Eze, Gyökeres, Saka, the front three. Get those three gelling. Indeed. And Aaron just reinforced my point. Consistent game time is helping Victor Gyökeres. Ray Beam, welcome to the show. Big up, FK. Great to catch a live show for once. Big up, fellow Gooners. Now, listen, guys, let me have your thoughts on scores tomorrow. What do you reckon? Arsenal versus Olympiacos at the Emirates Stadium. Do let me know your thoughts. I think it's going to be fairly comfortable for us. I know they've started really well in their domestic league. They are the double winning champions, done that for the 19th time in their domestic competition. I just fancy us. I think we've got the bit between the teeth. I really fancy us 2 or 3-0, I would say. I want it more than anything. I want the win, minutes in the right legs, protect the players that need to be protected and just come out sort of injury free. We've seen tonight Liverpool go away to Turkey and they've lost Alisson and Ekitike, and that's not going to be good for them. V Vlad says 2-0 to the Arsenal tomorrow. Jason says 3-0. Nathan's gone confident as well. 3-0. Come on, you Gunners. The Eddie has seen them and raised them. 4-0, he says. Do not pollute. I love that username. Says 3-1 to the Arsenal. Doesn't think we're going to keep a clean sheet. Jay says 3-0. Aaron says 4-0. I love the goal scorer predictions. AAA says Arsenal 3, Olympiacos 0. Gyökeres, Eze, and Saka. Logical Nonsense 3-0. Dude says 2-0. Nathan says Gyökeres brace. We owe these guys a 3-0, says Ray Beam. Yeah, there's a bit of needle there from Ray Beam. He's not forgotten the 2 games. Amy feeling very positive. 4-0. Gyökeres with 2. Rice and Eze. What a squad we've got. Do you know what? I was going through the training gallery today on Arsenal.com. I don't know if you guys do that from time to time. every picture has a player that I like. Like, there's not one player in that squad that I think, Deadwood, a bit of a fringe player. Like, I know you guys know that I'm not keen on Trossard starting, but I think he has a role to play. I think he should be on the bench. I think he's a good player. But there's such a nice group of players. I love it. Mohamed Zakaria, welcome, says 4-0 to the Arsenal. Trevor Bibbins says 2-0. Ohio Rizlord says 2-0. Saka and Gyökeres. And Malcolm's gone for the jugular. 5-1 at home at the Emirates tomorrow. And Mike Jones says, look, whether you like it or not, whether he plays or not, Marina's going to get another goal, and there's nothing we can do about it. AAA says it's the best squad we've had in ages, and that is the perfect place to finish. There's hundreds of you are watching live on YouTube right now. Please do like the video if you've enjoyed the content. If you're tuning in for the first time, please press like on the video as well. It's a massive help to the channel. Really want to raise the profile on YouTube and get as many joining this community as possible. And a massive thanks to all of our channel members and, of course, our Patreon members. If the ticket exchange redeems itself and works, there will be a couple of tickets available on the Patreon chat. Do check it out. But enjoy the game. That is all that's left to say. I'm going to go and dive into some of the post-Liverpool defeat reaction now on socials. I've sent my my phishing tweet already to rile Liverpool heads, and it's worked. We've caught a few whoppers already. And just enjoy the game. Going to be at the Emirates tomorrow, so we'll be back tomorrow with a match reaction video when I get in, likely to be around 11 p.m, depending on what time I can get home. The On the Whistle video that James and I did after Newcastle, I've had some amazing feedback on that. Do check it out. But we're probably going to save them for, obviously, the away games when I can't get to go, and some of the big games where we'll do them as quickly as we can on the whistle. Look after yourselves. Thank you for all of the chat. Really appreciate it. We'll be back tomorrow after the game. So look after yourselves. Have a fantastic day. Keep it Arsenal. Keep it latte firm. Good night. Bye for now.